What's up, guys, and welcome to Let's Play Kirby's Dream Land. I decided to do a very short LP. This one's only going to be like 2 or 3 episodes long, but it features one of the most iconic characters from the Nintendo universe, Kirby, the pink little fluff ball. Come on, man, everyone knows Kirby. This is the first Kirby game of all time, so let's head into Stage 1, Green Greens, and I'll give a little mechanics intro. By the way, the cutscenes in this game are absolutely adorable. If you go left and right, Kirby will go left and right. He's a little slidey, too. Look at that. Down ducks, but I'm not sure how much good that'll do you. If you hit up, he will inhale some air, and you'll be able to fly. Yep. And if you hit B, while in the air, it'll spit out that puff of air. So there's that. Also, if you have air, you can hit A, and you'll fly up. So there's all the D-pad mechanics. Kirby can also jump with A, and he can inhale with B. When you have an enemy inhaled, you can spit it back out with B, or you could hit down and swallow it. You can inhale 2 enemies at once, but it's a little difficult to do because you have to have a weird angle. And in this game, there are no copy abilities, as there are in a bunch of other games. And here you have some Pet Brew, I think that's what it's called, which will restore 2 ticks of health, but since we haven't taken any damage, we don't really need it. And yeah, that's pretty much all for our little Kirby. There's other things, but I'll go over them later. I should have inhaled that, Poppy Bros Jr. Here we have a Warp Star. Every stage has a Warp Star, which will take you to the next area of the game, which is generally a mid-boss fight. There's only one area that doesn't have a mid-boss fight, but this one does, and it is Poppy Bros Sr. Poppy Bros Sr. will throw bombs at you. All you have to do is inhale the bombs that he throws and spit it back at him. Occasionally he'll jump across the screen, but he's not going to do it here. As long as you stay in the middle, you're fine. See? No copy abilities. That was not made until Kirby's Dream Land 2, the sequel to this game, which I'm much better at. I had Kirby's Dream Land 2 as a kid, and my friend had Kirby's Dream Land, and I just played his copy, so he's much better at this game than he is the second one, and I'm much better at the second one than I am at this one. But I should be okay for this Let's Play. And I believe, does that, no, we're not there yet. We still gotta climb the tree. I don't know what a lot of enemies are called, because there's a lot of different enemies in this game. I think, I know a key few that are important throughout the whole Kirby universe, but yeah. Here we have a Maxim Tomato, which will restore all damage, so if you have like 1 tick of health left, it'll restore you up to full. And that brings us to, sorry, a little burp there, the final boss. Not the final boss, the area boss, which of course is Wispy. Wispy's very easy. He'll spit air at you sometimes. If you're in the middle, all you have to do is just stand there and inhale the apples that he will drop from his branches and spit it right back in his face. Not too bad, actually. Come on. There we go. After enough hits, you'll be rewarded with a sparkling star, which will take you to the next area of the game after a little triple Kirby fanfare. And that brings us to Stage 2, Castle of Lololo. Adorable cutscenes, gotta love them. This area is more of a maze, and I can show off a bunch of things here. I shouldn't have killed those 2. There are no copy abilities, but there are some power-ups you can get. For example, Mike. If you hit B when you have Mike, it will kill all enemies on screen. Very helpful. It's one-time use only, though. Another, I guess, sort of power-up is the bomb. If you inhale it before it explodes and you spit it out at an enemy, it can potentially take out more than 1 enemy because of the splash damage. I hate this enemy right here. They only attack you after a certain time, and they have a weird pattern to attack you. Anyway, there's a few more abilities, and a lot of them will be showing off in this episode. One of the enemies I know is Gordo down there. Gordo cannot be defeated at all. You can't inhale him, and you can't blow smoke at him. He's a dangerous mofo, especially later in the game, and I'll point that out. Stupid Gordo. Right here we have basically the Kirby equivalent to the Starman in the Mario universe. It will make you invincible. Nothing will cause you damage except for falling in a pit, and you can take out enemies just by jumping into them, like these Mumbies here. Mumbies can also not be inhaled. They just can't. And we'll hop on the warp star and go to the mid-boss, which is Lololo. Lololo will appear out of any of these 4 doors, and he will kick the box that he's pushing. All you have to do is inhale the box and spit it back out at him. A lot of the times he'll appear in the same door. So, Lololo, whose castle we're in, just appeared as the mid-boss. So I wonder who that's going to leave for the final, or for the area boss. Guess we'll have to figure that out. And in here, we have another power-up. Not the pet brew. I didn't even need that. The super spicy curry. Kirby will spit flames using B, and he'll also do this cute little dance. It only lasts for a limited amount of time, so get your use out of it. Like, take all these guys out. Even if you're flying, he'll spit out fire instead of a puff of air. Very helpful, especially when there's a lot of enemies in a row. But, like I said, it only lasts for a little bit of time, unfortunately. Watch out for this Gordo. And where does that bring us? Alright, I see. We're almost to the area boss, which I think is right through this door. Yep, here we have Lololo and La La La. That was stupid. La 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 is the one with the bow, this one down here. She's female, of course, because, you know, bow. And she's orange or pinkish, whatever color you want to go with. There's an unfortunate thing that can happen. You can kind of get trapped. But all in all, it's not too bad. It is tricky, like I said, because you got to get behind them, grab the boxes, and then spit it back out at them before they go into a door. Whoa, almost dumb. Okay, that was dumb. I accidentally took out Lolo first. La La La, I mean first. You don't have to take one out and then the other one. It helps, but they appear randomly, so it's kind of difficult to take them out, specifically. Another triple Kirby fanfare. We're trucking right on through this game. At Float Islands, the cutscene here is my favorite. Check it out. Ah, adorable. That's gotta hurt though, man. Fish hooks are sharp. I live on a river, so I go fishing every once in a while. And by every once in a while, I mean it's kind of a rare occasion. Another bomb here. It's gotten cold. I don't want to go out and fish when it's cold. Or when it's super hot, and that's pretty much all it is here. It's either super hot, or, well, I wouldn't say super cold. I'd say chilly. But, yeah, I don't like wearing jackets a lot of the times. You can jump in the water and swim, but if you go too far down, you'll fall off the screen and lose a life. There's Shatso down there. Forgot about those guys. Shatso can only be defeated by Mike. And I believe that's the only way. That was stupid. Just taking hits all over the place. This is the one area of the game that does not have a mid-boss. And, ow. Well, I guess I'll go get the pet brew from over here. And I can show off one last, well, not one last thing. Watch out for the coconut, stay to the right here. That coconut will take you out if you're not prepared for it. But Kirby has one more attack, and that is the downward fall. If you fall for long enough, he'll go into a dive, and you can take out enemies, not all enemies, but some enemies, from above with that attack. Very helpful, not really. In fact, I think that's the only place in the game that you do that. Who knows, though. Alright, just going on through. There's another super spicy curry that you can pick up, and I'm going to take that hit, too. Oh, God, that's annoying. So much slowdown. There's so many objects on screen, and that Shatso's really got the timing down for us. Another way that you can end the super spicy curry is by jumping into water, which we're going to go into this pseudo-secret door down here, and I will show that off. Bam! We can heal, pick up a 1-up. There's a few hidden doors in this game, but I'm not going to go over all of them, because I don't really know where they all are. This Shatso will fire 3 times, and then head on through. Alright, we're doing pretty good. This will bring us to the Warp Star, which is at the end of the level, pretty much. There's only one more area after this cute little cutscene. Love the cutscenes. Ah, so cute. But there's this last little platform to where the last power-up that we see in the game is. It is the Mint Leaf. It will give you unlimited puffs of air when you fly, so unlimited those. This one will give it to you for an unlimited time until you defeat the boss, because you need it, but when you find later, it's about the same time as it's about the same amount of time you get for the super spicy curry. Anyway, see, you can just hold the B button and spit it out, and we have Kabula. Kabula will have a few different firing patterns, the most devastating being the triangle shot that you just saw there. And sometimes Kabula will try to ram you. Just keep blowing out smoke at it, and you should be fine. That triangle shot, though, is devastating. And our mint leaf has ended since we defeated the boss. So let's head on through to the hardest area of the game, in my opinion. Bubbly clouds. In every Kirby game, the bubbly clouds area is generally the hardest because it's usually before the final area of the game, which this one is. Yep, this only has like 4 worlds and the final boss, so 5 if you want to count that. But you'll see why I don't want to count that. Jump over here quickly because that Shatso sucks. It'll fire once and then it'll go into a pattern of not stopping. Alright. And here we're introduced to a new enemy, one I do remember because it's adorable. Scarfy. If you try to inhale Scarfy, it'll turn into a Cyclops, chase you down, and then explode. So yeah, you definitely want to take Scarfies out like this instead. Watch out for that explosion. That explosion will do damage. I don't think it's any more damage than it usually would be, but still, you don't want to take damage in this game. But I don't like these areas because you can potentially get screwed over, like you inhale an enemy just to get hit by another enemy next to a pit, and you fall to your death because you can't save yourself in time. Because that's another problem I have. The controls feel a little stiff to me. But, like I said, I did not own this game, and that might be why. I'm just not as practiced as my buddy is. Here we have Sir Kibbles. I guess that's... I can't remember what their names are. That's what I'm calling them in Waddle Doos. So they throw a bunch of enemies here at you in the last level. A bunch of new ones. Once again, no copy abilities. Unfortunately, I love Cutter. Cutter's one of my favorite copy abilities. Oh, come on! At least we had invisibility frame so we didn't get hit twice. Scarfies. Ah, that was bullcrap. We took damage there. Ah, we'll be fine. Actually, I don't know. I don't know where the health regens are in this level. So I gotta play this a little carefully. Here's the bane of my existence. These stupid horned guys have erratic patterns, and they will hit you at the most inopportune moments. And these two are the worst. But we took them out fairly easily. Watch out for the Gordo here. I believe there's one more Cutter guy after this Scarfy. So watch out for him. And that brings us to the mid-boss, Kracko Jr. Kracko Jr. has the same pattern. It'll fire 4 bullets to spread the fire, and then rush at you. I did not do that right. And then he'll spit a Waddle Dee out. You have to suck up, or Waddle Doo, I guess. You have to suck it up real quick and spit it out real quick because he likes to move around. But his pattern never changes. It hasn't for as many times as I've played this game. Kracko Jr.'s not too bad. And since it's Kracko Jr., who do you think the area boss is gonna be? Anyway, he'll reward you with the Warp Star, which takes you to the skies. And the only other time you see the mint leaf in this game. And I think they give it to you for this reason. Oh, there's health in here, what am I thinking? Because you have to pretty much tunnel your way through a wall. So they want to give you an attack or something. There's a Maxim Tomato down there as well, which will probably pass on the way down. Right there, yeah. But I'm not gonna go for it since we don't need it. Scarfy. And they give you the super spicy curry just to do the same thing, dig through. Do not fall down the one tile gaps, like right there, because that's a very defeating death, and I have died there before. Like I said, these levels can screw you over. Alright, now, be very careful flying upwards here. Things will be coming down, to the sides, etc. And you just want to make it up here, and to the final boss door, or to the area boss door, which is Kracko. Kracko will change his tactics up a lot. Generally, he'll do a electric attack, like so, and then spit out a Waddle Doo or Waddle Dee. And then... Oh, I accidentally hit down there. That was stupid of me. Like I said, the controls were really weird for this. But yeah, just spit out the Waddle Doos that he spits at you. I don't know why he's giving us ammo to attack him. And just watch out for his charge. If you stay in the corners, his charge won't hit you. Is he gonna charge? Yep. Stupid Kracko. You don't know that we know your pattern. Oh, I didn't do it that time. Oh well. Anyway, Krako's hell in future games, and you'll see my Let's Play Kirby's Dream Land 2 coming up. Why he's so hard in that game. It's not for a good reason either. Anyway, the Shining Star, and I think this is where I'm going to make the first cut. The next area of the game is the final area, the final boss.